go quietly into that good night. Rage! Rage at the fact that Popeyes is still sold out of sandwiches. We find a real-life Dexter, but for addicts, and we knew Florida was a little crazy, but you won't believe what we found for sale down there.
Well, that festival went terribly. Let's do another! Robot lady, sound the alarm!
Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour. Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour.
Don't waste my motherfucking time! I feel like the last 2 years of my entire life have just been listening about festivals failing. I don't know why that is, but apparently we've lost all ability to make a festival that doesn't fail. And again, it's in the news. So what we're going to do in honor of that is this show this week is going to be a failure. We're just going to make... It's a theme that everybody seems to love. So as you would expect, instead of this show, we're just going to replace it with one ignorant, uninformed, ill-advised, self-deprecating moron ranting about opinions that I have no right to have, which are probably wrong and absolutely do not matter. Our goal here at Another Wasted Hour is to convince you that where we hail from, just outside Washington, D.C., is not just a city of politics and scandals, but one brimming with art, music, and culture and failures. As impossible as that may seem. So listeners, now that you know why you're here live in studio, once again, we have the ever-present, nearly every member of the Neuro Farm. Hello, everybody. We got Rebecca. Say hello.
Hi, Keith.
And Colin, you're back.
I'm back. Hello, Keith.
And we have a brand new person. So Theron?
Hey,
Theron?
how you doing? Thanks.
I got it right the second time.
Theron. It's perfect. Yeah.
Like Theremin, but without the M.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
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 But you can add a little accent to it.
Theron.
Theron. So excellent. And we do have one other person in studio. We have a filmer. Who's our filmer tonight?
Brian Wolf.
Brian Wolf is our filmer. And you're in the band as well. Is that right? Yes. I heard rumors that you write music and that you play instruments. And not just a phone, not just a streaming phone.
Do you want to shout into the mic?
Yeah, just yell whenever you want to say something.
Here.
Just scream.
Hi, everyone.
Perfect.
Hi, Brian.
I would say louder. I think if you just go full out like the end of the song "Dream On," like just like just go for it. I think it'll translate really well on the show. Yeah, no, I have a good feeling about this. Rebecca agrees.
I agree.
Yeah. So he's actually, are you streaming right now? Is that what we're doing? No, we're recording a video, which will be available somewhere. Where would people go to see the video of us all in a basement doing a podcast?
Likely YouTube, because we don't know how to stream things.
What I like is your honesty. That's what's
I'm
really
very
good.
honest.
Well, you don't know how to stream things, and apparently people do not know how to actually make festivals anymore.
Yeah.
Did you hear that the 50th anniversary of Woodstock got canceled?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was this big thing that was going to happen,
Yep.
and it just utterly failed, which is impressive because the original Woodstock was basically a clusterfuck. So the fact that you were like, no, this is not good enough to pay homage to that like mud shit bowl. We can't do it. We got to shut it down. I feel like the way you should have honored it has just been like, we have no fences and it's raining, and like it should have just been absolute chaos with some music nearby.
Mm-hmm.
And you would have been like, welcome, this is what it was.
Yeah.
Apparently people don't like chaos anymore.
Right. There's the threshold's a lot
There
lower.
is. Yeah.
That's you burn a few things, at Lollapalooza or something, and then it's like, well, we can't do that anymore. That's too dangerous. So yeah. It's interesting because we used to be able to do festivals, or maybe we still didn't know how to do festivals, but we just romanticized how terrible they were. Right?
Recently, I watched a television show. I can't remember the channel and the name of the show, but it was recounting the history of the US Festival, which was in 82 or 83 or something like in California.
Okay.
Which apparently was spectacularly run, like super well. And everybody there at the time that it was happening was raving about how much better it was run than Woodstock, and it was awesome, and it was so organized, and the performances were great, and blah 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 blah, and that was like set the standard for future festivals to come that were run well, unlike the original Woodstock.
Yeah,
but now here we are 50 years later, and we still can't get it together.
So we've done it correctly at some point in time.
It's been done.
And then we just were like, that's not a good plan. New plan. I'm going to make something called Fire Festival. And
Oh, fire.
yeah. And yeah, so we've decided that's, I guess Coachella goes well, right?
Lollapalooza, the original Lollapalooza back in whenever that was in the early, maybe it was late 80s or early 90s.
Yeah.
Like the very first ones, like.
Did you know that the original Lollapalooza, so we're in Reston right now, came through Reston?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Lake Fairfax. They actually was a stop on Lollapalooza at one
Oh,
point.
wow.
That's interesting.
Yeah, way back when it really wasn't important.
Reston was a happening place.
Right. Yeah, now it's not so much. Now the theme for Reston is we're not dead, we're just Reston. Yeah, no. So yeah, it's fascinating that we've gotten to this point. You would think that with all of the technology and everything, we should be able to pull off a festival like easy.
And there's no desire. I mean, they tried to bring it down here to Baltimore to Merriweather Post Pavilion, and they just couldn't get it done.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the reported reason or reasons, primary reasons for the failure? Like what imploded? I don't know the full story. What imploded?
Not enough mud. Oh yeah, they couldn't import enough mud to recreate the original.
Weather was going to be
Woodstock.
too appropriate. It was going to be too good.
The roads weren't back. They couldn't get the roads backed up with cars just parked on them, and so there was plenty of parking.
Couldn't fabricate enough chaos.
Yeah, that was the problem. People were like, "This isn't even close to how it was."
I mean, what kind of chaos would you have at Woodstock 50?
What kind of chaos?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
that's a
what
good
would have
question.
to happen for you to say, nah, we're not going to do it?
SWAT teams, probably.
I don't think we're that far away.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it is Columbia.
That's I mean, we're probably in Burning Man. There's probably SWAT teams going through there eventually, right? But we all know what's happening. Come on.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, no, it's a giving society, and we're doing art, and you're doing art. Sure.
We want to be outside amongst the stars and nature. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, that's right. Why do we all go to a desert for a week? Not a lot of law enforcement in the desert. I'm just saying.
Possible.
But it shows that we don't really care. Like, right, as a nation, we're like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Just as long as you're in the desert, we don't really care.
Go do your thing.
Yeah.
It didn't even make the news. It didn't make the news at all.
No, not at all. So yeah, it's very strange. Things that should make the news, though. You have a brand new concert series that you've created. So so you haven't made a festival, but you've made a concert series, and it's widely successful. It hasn't been canceled yet. Right?
It's still around.
It's on its third iteration.
Yes.
It's called Darkwave Night 3 now, right? So you've obviously had 1 and 2. I don't think you just skipped to 3.
No, we
Which
had a
would've been
1 and a
brilliant.
2.
What you should have done is done that. You start with 3 and people are like, how did
Where was I?
Wow,
What happened?
I missed the first 2.
Generate some excitement that way.
Yeah.
What have I been missing all this
We
time?
should have called this one 10.
Yeah.
That's,
Oh, well.
Just start
people
messing
will be
with
like,
it.
I'm old. Damn.
When I was in a band, at one point I had a marketing strategy where I wanted to put up flyers for my band playing really like important places the day after. Right? So it would be like my band, right? Dreamscapes Project headlining 9:30 Club, but then the date's yesterday. And people were like, oh, we just missed it. They must be good.
Next year.
I see them playing everywhere. God, how do they get booked all these places?
Are we taking notes? We write this
Yeah,
down.
I'm taking
Write
mental
this
notes.
down.
These are great ideas.
Right? Isn't this brilliant?
It's so brilliant.
Because people would have just been like, oh, wow, how did I not hear about them? Were they playing with the Foo Fighters? I don't even know. Because they were there last night, right? Foo Fighters, they must have been the opening act. And I don't think they could do anything to you. Like, it's not false advertising because you're not selling anything. It's happened in the past.
Right.
Like, I don't know. It's not like fraud. Like, what would it be? I don't know what it would be. At best, it's like littering, right? Because you're putting up flyers that like aren't real. Like, so maybe they're like, stop putting just trash on the walls.
We'll recycle that.
Right. I mean, that's kind of what flyers are anyway, right? It's just you hand them to people and you're like, just throw this away for me.
They're recyclable.
They when they hand them to you, like outside a 9:30 Club or something, they'll hand you a flyer.
It makes
And
jobs.
the trash can is like 3 feet away. It's just like they hand it to you and then it instantly goes in the trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, that's
No,
so
I
sad.
absolutely.
it's sad, but it happens.
Yeah, I figure you have to do it. You have to be like really careful about it, right? You have to like, what you do is you make smaller flyers, right? Like just, like smaller than an envelope even, right? And on one side, you put all of like your information about your show. And then the other side, you print a $5 bill, right?
Ooh.
And
That's
then when
another
people
great
walk by
idea.
and are like, what? There's a $5.
Oh, cheeky.
And then we're like, got you. You got to go now. That's the rules.
Should have brought a notebook.
Yeah. So if people want to go to this show, Saturday, October 5th, you're down at the Pie Shop in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
And it's you guys are playing, right? And then who else is on the bill?
So the opener will be Endless Winter. You probably know Black Dog Prowl, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So Seth, the guitar player or bass player, I forget. He's Endless
That bass
Winter.
is a guitar. It's a bass guitar.
Yeah, one of those things.
Yeah.
I think there are 8 strings on his instrument, so I never know what it is.
8 strings.
Yeah.
Who knows at that point? That could go either way, really.
Yeah,
right?
and then Josh Hunter is also in that band.
If you said 12, I'd be like, nah, it's pretty much a guitar. But if you go 8, I'm like, double string bass? I think maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it's an
Compensating.
instrument.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Endless Winter is opening, and then the last band is called 51 Peg.
I know 51 Peg.
What?
Yeah.
How do you know 51 Peg?
They've been around forever. We played with them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I ran into 51 Peg in New Orleans. I was down in New Orleans once and literally like on the street, we were like, 51 Peg. And then,
Oh
and
my
like, and I was like, how do I possibly know people in New Orleans on the street? But yeah, they were playing down. I'm pretty sure it was 51 Peg down in New Orleans.
Oh, interesting.
And this was back in early 2000s. I
Oh,
would say.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're playing third. We're playing
Nice.
second.
Yeah, they did the Jax Battle of the Bands with us at one point. Do you remember Jax? Do you know Jax? No.
Jax, Springfield?
Yeah, Jax in Springfield.
I bet I was there a few times.
And then it turned
actually.
into Empire.
Right, I
and
was there
then
as well.
Now it's turned into
Whatever it
an
is.
all-you-can-eat buffet or something, probably.
Yeah. I remember
But
that place.
so Jax had this big battle of the bands. They'd have like 140 bands or something. And 51 Peg was one of those bands, and we were one of those bands.
Oh,
We
interesting.
fought each other.
Who won?
I don't want to brag. So
Such humility.
right, exactly. I'm just saying it was us. So so Darkwave Night 3, go check that out. You said everybody gets dressed up for it. So it's a lot of fun.
So definitely come all dressed up because it feels like a community event for goths. And
Okay.
it's really cool.
For those that don't know, if they wanted to participate like in a goth show, how would I dress? What would I get dressed up in to be goth?
Black.
Black.
Pretty much black.
Just black.
Anything black.
An eyeliner for guys
Just look-
usually looks good. And
Try and
black
look as
lipstick.
pale and sickly as possible.
Do you go Victorian as well? Is there any of that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
steampunk
sometimes
is
I do that.
very. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Do you know the
Totally
show
get it.
Penny Dreadful?
Yeah. I haven't watched it, but I'm aware of it at least.
So whenever I pick an outfit, I try to channel my inner Eva Green.
Eva Green from Penny Dreadful. Go look up Penny Dreadful. Look at Eva Green. That's what you need to wear. Unless you're a dude, then definitely wear that. Because it'll be even more awesome. Yeah.
That would be pretty awesome.
All right, so great. So go do that Saturday, October 5th at the Pie Shop, Washington, D.C. For more information and music, go check out theneurofarm.com, right? We're going to have a track called Mercy a little later on the show. We'll put it at the end of the show, so fast forward to the 1 hour mark to listen to that. But we're running a little late, so I'm going to move on to the weather report. This is where we make you the editor-in-chief of your own brand new publication. I'm going to pitch you some news that I found around the internet. You're going to decide whether or not it makes it into the publication. Remember, we're going to need a name at the end, so think about that as you go along. Usually we'll go back and forth between Adam and I. As you've heard, Adam is not here this week, so I'm going to do them all myself, which means no matter if you choose them or not, I win. So let's get started off. Popeyes customer pulls a gun after being told there are no more chicken sandwiches. So look, I get it. These chicken sandwiches are very popular. But how bad has your life gotten to the point where, like, did you just shiv the guy at Arby's because they were out of curly fries?
Or
Like-
meat.
Right, like were they? Yeah, exactly. Where you're like, the Coke Slurpee light is blinking, and I have a fucking bomb. Right, like how angry do you have to be that you're like, there's not a chicken sandwich? All right, I'm going to have to kill everyone.
Oh my God.
Luckily, nobody got hurt.
Good.
All the employees went to the kind of the back of the store. These kids like went out and took off in their Escalade. But
And what'd the guy do? He just a bunch of kids did it?
yeah, they were pretty much
15-year-olds?
kids. They were like 17 to 19 or something. But
Yeah.
God, there's so many things wrong. First of all, this happened like on a Tuesday. Like, don't get me wrong. I'd understand if it had been a Sunday because Chick-fil-A is closed, right? But a Tuesday?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. And I know what you're thinking. Chick-fil-A is anti-gay marriage, and I sympathize with that, absolutely. But I feel like having a gun pulled on you while you have to work at Popeyes is like next level social injustice.
Yeah, that's pretty sad.
So I feel like of the two, donating a little to like the anti-gay stuff, bad. Getting gun pulled on people who work at Popeyes. You're already having to work at Popeyes. Like that's worse. So let's see if we can point these people over to the Chick-fil-A. I think the thing that really gets to me though is like, I can't even fathom how this kid imagines how chicken sandwiches are made. Right? Because
Under duress.
yeah, like they're out of sandwiches. Like they didn't say, oh yeah, we've got sandwiches, just none for you, right? Like, what are you going to do about it? Like, that wasn't how it went down. They were like, sorry, we are sold out of chicken sandwiches.
Yeah.
And this kid thinks that an intimidation and fear causes sandwiches to
They do.
materialize.
Yeah.
Like starving children just need to read a little Stephen King to solve their hunger pangs. Like that's
It doesn't work that way?
no, apparently not.
Oh.
I would have given this dumbass like a drumstick between two biscuits because I don't think he would have known the difference. Like, here's our chicken sandwich.
It's not a bad idea.
Right.
I mean, it seems
Here
like
you go.
they're struggling
we
for
had
ideas.
one left. Thank God you had that gun. Here it is, idiot.
You got us.
Yeah. This is our backup reserve chicken sandwich for someone who's real desperate for chicken sandwiches. And he's like, this got a bone in it. Yeah, it's not very popular. That's why we sold out of them, asshole.
What are you going to do?
Well, maybe he felt like there was a sense of social injustice.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, where's my chicken sandwich? I mean, we've all felt that way one time
Hoover
or
said
another.
a chicken sandwich for everyone,
He did.
right?
Or
I think
something like that.
Something similar to that. So is it news?
I think so.
I kind of think so too.
Yeah?
There's a gun component too, which is a hot topic right now.
That is a hot topic, especially after you fire them.
Mm-hmm.
And anything having to do with general ridiculousness these days, it gets attention and is newsworthy because people want to read about and are fascinated by just like absurdity.
That's not entirely true, or we'd be a lot more popular.
Okay. You're right. I hadn't thought of that one.
All right, so it's in. Excellent. Theron, unless you decided against, you were quiet about
no,
it.
it's
You're holding your vote, I feel like.
I'm holding it. Yeah.
This one is not a surprise to me at all, but the man who founded Hope for Wholeness, one of the most prominent conversion therapy groups in the United States, has come out as gay.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh my
Shocker.
goodness.
I feel like as society, can we just all agree to just start treating people who hate gay people as gay people? Right? Like not just like people who are like annoyed by gay people or like don't get it. Like the ones that like really just fucking hate gay people. Like I feel like, can we just as a society just we all be like, hey, it's okay. We know you're scared. Like, you know, we just want you to know that we aren't going to judge you. And the guy's like, wait, are you saying I'm gay? Because I'm not gay. Like, I fucking hate gay people. And it's like,
okay, though.
Of course you do. Yeah. You hate gay people. They're terrible because they keep spying on you through all your mirrors. So my, my point is, I think that the goal is they're going to just get so pissed off by being called gay, the thing they hate the most, that they're either just going to shut the fuck up or they'll be like, maybe it's not so bad, and they'll come out. Win-win, right? Like, I feel like either one's good.
Yeah.
And so I feel like just as a society, if we just all agree that when someone's like, I fucking hate gay people, that we just go like, oh, you're one of those, right? Like, it's okay. That's all right. I know other gay people. And they're like, no, I'm not gay. I'm like, of course you're not gay. It's okay. Do you need a hug? Like, come here. It's okay. I just want you to know you're accepted. And they'll be like,
So when he came out, did he come out with a smile?
no, he came out with a big, I'm really sorry. Like, he asked people to forgive him, and that's a very Christian thing to do. But I kind of also, like, the thing that I think bothers me the most is that the organization still exists. Like, he was ousted in 2017. Oh. But because they were like, wait a minute, you're kind of gay, aren't you? I'm guessing. And they were like, you're out. But now they're still there doing it. So, like, until he starts an organization that just basically surrounds that organization and yells at them, I'm not quite at the point where I'm going to forgive him. Like,
it sounds like it's his hell.
Yeah.
Good place to be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it's a really palatable lesson, isn't it?
It is. He needs to stew in that one for a while.
Yeah, I think so. I think we go like, we'll forgive you eventually, but let's give it a little while. Let it sit in. So is it news?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah? And as a society, do we agree on this new law that I passed?
I like it.
I like it.
I like it. Yeah.
I think it's good, right? I think
Totally makes sense.
at the very least, it'll annoy them.
That's
and
a
that
winner.
makes me happy.
That's a winner. Yeah.
I'll practice that in my personal life.
Yeah. I just don't like those gay people. Oh, do you like shoes? Just out of curiosity.
We might have a problem.
Do you want to go shopping? Like, why are you asking me that? That's like really gay. I know. That's the point. I'm glad you caught on. Let's talk about it. All right. So, quote, "This is a raid. Where are the drugs?" Addict storms in dressed as a cop. So this started off as my favorite story of the year. Unfortunately, then it got really dark. So first, ingenious, right? This guy dresses up as a cop, storms into the house of other addicts, right? And basically says, this is a raid. We're taking all your drugs. Get down on the floor, right? Steals their drugs. Like, where do you have it hidden? Goes and gets their drugs, right? And I'm like, who are you going to report that to? Right? Like, because what are you going to do? Call the police? Like, hi, yes, police. By any chance, did you take my drugs? No? Okay, then I have a crime that I need to report. So it was brilliant. Unfortunately, then it took like a turn. So thinking, here's a quote from the story, thinking he was the real deal, Daniel Thomas's two victims handed over their ice and cannabis stash. Brilliant. Unfortunately, this is where my admiration for the man goes away immediately. The story goes on to say, before being beaten so bad with a hammer that the real police thought he had died. And I was like, oh, damn it. Like, seriously? Damn, Daniel. Like, you were on a really good path. I really liked where you were going. It was creative. In fact, one of his victims, quote, had his pants pulled down and buttocks spread to check for drugs. And I just want to be like,
oh my God.
So listen carefully. Kids, repeat after me. Don't do drugs that make you attack people with hammers and look into their butts. It's very important that you learn this lesson, kids. All right. The other drugs are fine. That's your life. I don't really care.
Who's going to put that on a warning label?
It's a long warning label, but I think it's important that we have it. I'm just saying.
We'll find a way.
If OxyContin, if you take too much of it, it makes you attack people with hammers and look inside their butts. I'm just saying there should be a warning label like, do not take with alcohol because...
And hammers.
Right. Please hide hammers. No, I'm saying, kids, whatever that was, whatever drug, the heroin or the ice or the whatever PCP he was on that made him go from, I'm a police officer, give me your drugs, to I'm going to bludgeon you with a hammer and look inside your butt.
That's not far off with a lot of police officers.
This has taken a turn I did not expect, listeners, and I like it. This is the first time in my life I've ever wanted to join law enforcement. Everyone, show me your buttholes. Everyone, all right, come on.
You know they do that to first-year med students, right?
No.
They have them do that exam to homeless people.
Do the homeless people know?
The butt exam.
Yeah, but like, is it like in a clinic or do they just run up?
No, in a clinic, in a hospital.
Because if they're just like,
No,
all right,
not
Sam,
on
go
the
for it. She looks like he's asleep. Like,
Oh my God.
like that seems like it's against the Hippocratic Oath. I feel like
A little bit.
at that point.
Pushing, but we all have boundaries.
We're totally in a
I
hospital,
could fudge things.
but
Right.
still.
Do you have $1? How much is it worth to you? Do you that $1?
No safe word either.
Right.
It's just happening.
It's
okay?
very unfortunate.
It's just happening.
Just relax. You need to relax. It makes it easier.
right.
Yeah. That's so we found out that police are med students. That's good to know. We've made that connection. Do you know why I pulled you over? Was I speeding? No, actually, abiding all the laws, perfectly fine. I just need to do a prostate exam. It's for your own good. This is just a health check. I'm a woman, and like, I mean, could happen to anyone. Anyhow, have we officially crossed the line? I feel like
I think we have.
it's just me talking now,
close.
so that's how I know we've gone over the
We're
line.
pushing the edge.
Yeah,
Pushing
Maybe
the
that's
boundary.
why Adam never comes when we come to the show.
no, because I'm always here, and I'm the problem. It's not you guys. All right. So, is it news? Did we determine?
I'm not
Like
feeling that
CNN
one.
News because it's 24/7.
That's true. So yeah. So do we put it in? Is it? Maybe I shouldn't have said it that way. Now that after all the butt stuff.
Wait, now you put it like that. Yeah.
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 I take that back.
You need to educate the public. You need to take responsibility to educate the public. Put it in the news.
All right. So we've heard that is news. Excellent. Let's see. Next one up for bid is let's see. Where am I at? Oh, couple arrested in multiple burglaries just 3 years after winning $500,000 in lottery.
Oh.
I feel like someone should talk to them and let them know that more money's not going to help this situation. Like they seem to think that if they get the right score, it's going to turn things around, and it doesn't seem like that's the case. So, yeah, they're not good with money.
It sounds like they've got
not.
some fiscal responsibility issues, regardless of lottery or no lotto.
Right.
They got problems.
They're not good at saving.
No.
That's for sure. So, yeah, I definitely don't want to play Monopoly with them. I don't think, because
No.
they're the types that are going to steal from the bank while you're not looking. So is it news?
Probably not.
Probably not news.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No cautionary tale there.
Because they're just dummies.
They're just dummies? Is it because they played the lottery or because they're burglars?
Because they're not
'Cause they got
financially
caught.
responsible.
You were fine until they got caught doing it. That's the problem.
Isn't that the lesson that you're taught? It
That's
doesn't matter what happens up and down. It's just when you get caught.
remember that, kids. If you want to bludgeon someone with a hammer and look inside their butt, that's fine.
Just don't get caught.
That's wise words from the Neurofarm.
You heard it here first.
All right, so not news. We're not putting that in, you think?
I'll strike that one.
All right.
Gotta have standards.
Sure. Of course we need standards. Why would we not need standards?
Right.
So we're running a little low on time, right? So we'll do this is like a lightning round. I'll give you headlines. If you have questions, I'll try to answer them. But just like with all the other stories, I didn't research any of these. So number 1, fully functional F-16 fighter jet for sale in Florida.
How much?
It's like $8.4 million.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't afford that.
Well, how much were you? What was the cutoff out of curiosity?
Okay, so I did look into buying a used Cessna,
Yeah,
and it's only $27,000.
sure. But I'm asking because to me, there's 2 numbers, right? One number is the number that's affordable, and that number is not to the number where I would feel safe flying it.
Exactly.
Right? Like,
one thing you don't want to go cheap on.
right. Like if you said there's a $10,000 F-16 that's fully functional down in Florida, I'd be like, I could afford that. I think I could probably sell some stock or something. But I would also think I would immediately die after getting that off the ground.
Not
right?
the time to be bargain hunting.
Right. Just one wing falls off. Like,
just a wing.
right. I've got two, right? They're like kidneys. You don't need both.
Just floor it. Just floor the damn thing. You're good with one wing.
It's like a rocket. You don't see any wings on rockets.
In fact, you can take the other wing off too.
Right. That makes it very aerodynamic.
Yeah.
Indeed.
You just open up the windows and just stick your arms out like you would for your car to steer a little, and you're good. You're good. Look, I'm not.
So then you could budget. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely doable then.
I'm not a rocket scientist, but I don't need to be one because this is an airplane. So
10 million? Yeah.
It's just like selecting features when you're buying a car. You want AC, power windows, wings. I mean, you could take them or leave them.
Right. How important could it possibly be? And that's probably why this one's so cheap. It's a manual.
Sure.
One of the manual F-16.
Manual.
I can't get it into third because we're going up.
The damn thing stalls all the time.
Right. This is really dangerous. I think we should probably get the automatic. Does this have hill start? I feel like you don't just upgrade to the automatic. It's much better.
Okay. Then I can afford it.
Yeah. So I assume it's already down in Florida, which is great. So it's right there so that if you want to bomb the hurricane, like we were going to do in the last episode.
good.
Awesome. We can use this.
That's good thinking.
Yeah, we're already there.
Good thinking.
You save gas and we can nuke the hurricane so it doesn't hurt anyone.
This is perfect.
Yeah.
Was this on Craigslist? What was it on?
I doubt that it was on Craigslist, because if it's on Craigslist, I don't believe it.
eBay Motors?
Because
potentially
eBay Motors,
yeah.
Because
specialty items.
Yeah, the fact of the matter is, if you say there's free firewood on Craigslist, I'm like 80% sure it's really firewood, right? So if you say F-16, like I'm way lower. If you say like free elliptical, I'm like, there's a 2% chance that's an actual elliptical that works.
But it is Florida.
That it is Florida. Yeah, let me see. For more aircraft as well as two of their F-16s, click for sale. Click here. I think I will. Thank you very much. The Drive Warzone. Let's see. Is this a thing called the Warzone that sells planes? This is not good radio. I'll get back to you on it, and maybe we will post it. I assume it's a specialty like site somewhere for where you get F-16
for collectors.
Yeah, no, I think it must be like the F-16 section of Craigslist. So is it news?
That Hearn.
What do you think?
It's an ad.
So
not.
You're gonna try and sell ad space with it.
Oh, but what's the difference between news and ads these days?
That's true.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is a sponsored story.
It's a sponsored. Yeah.
All right, suspected Portland thieves snap selfies in stolen 95 Jeep, but leave the camera in the car.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, they're not bright. Not bright. First of all, they stole a 1995 Jeep, which I'm pretty sure is going to have electrical issues anyway. So that was a real risk.
Those were the bad years.
Yeah, you don't want to get one of those out on the highway and then a fire starts up. So they really didn't think through it, honestly. The resale value is terrible. So, but then apparently they left a bunch of things behind, like a large stuffed bear, a tattoo gun, ink, rubber gloves, a portable cell phone charger, a bunch of tools that you use to break into cars with. And then apparently the family that owned the Jeep had one of those old disposable cameras that they had forgotten about in the glove compartment. And the kids were like, let's take some pictures, and then left the camera. So
oh my God,
we have a decent idea who it is. The people in this picture, So yeah, is it news?
Again, this kind of points to just general idiocy, right? Is that news, or are people fascinated by this? Is it worth reporting on?
I say it's par for the course.
Right.
That's what I see every day. It's nothing new.
All right, what if I said they were then bludgeoned with a hammer and their butts were
That is definitely
Yeah,
news.
then that's news.
We've upped the ante now.
Yes. All right, so not news, not news. A Catholic school removes Harry Potter books from its shelves, claiming the book's spells are real.
This is juicy. Oh, no, but it was like based off of recommendations for exorcism.
Yeah.
That's some tasty stuff. We can dive into this.
So they're saying that the spells in the books are real, and then if the students get and read the books and then cast the spells, I assume that they can then ride broomsticks and play.
Yeah, I think more
Quidditch.
people should know about that.
If the Catholic Church wants to focus on this, have at it.
Yeah. I feel like
go ahead.
if these were real actual spells, real life Quidditch wouldn't suck as much as it does.
Probably not.
Because have you seen people like play Quidditch in real life?
I have. And
It's
it's still seared in my eyes.
Seriously, you're like, you could probably just drop that broom. You're not fooling anyone. All right, so is it news?
That is because the Catholic Church is involved.
Anything with the Catholic Church.
Yep.
All right, last but not least, woman plastic wraps Florida home ahead of Hurricane Dorian.
Aw.
Well, if you lose electricity, things can go bad if you don't plastic wrap them.
Sure.
So I assume.
Did she have some tie-in or sponsorship with Glad, or whoever makes the plastic wrap stuff?
Yeah,
Marketing thing.
I presume, right?
She just posts it.
Because otherwise she would have Reynolds wrapped it, I would assume, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what I said, Reynolds wrap. That's what I was thinking.
That's foil, though, right?
That's foil.
Which would have been great.
Reynolds is foil.
Yeah, foil. That's for the brother dude in the show Better Call Saul, right? If you got
right, yeah.
right. That's Chuck. If you're Chuck, then you wrap the house in foil.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
But in her case,
this was plastic wrap.
Plastic wrap, or
I presume that she was plastic wrapping it because that's what you do before you send something in the mail. Maybe she was shipping it. I don't want my house here because there's a hurricane, so I'll just plastic wrap it, put some stamps on it. Somebody will come get it.
Yeah.
And I'll just put
tracking number, the whole thing.
Right. Like, send this over to Indiana. There's no hurricanes in Indiana. And then there'll be like tornadoes. Like, oh, send it back. Send it back. God, it's everywhere. So is it news?
So again, it's general idiocy. If you
I feel like you've not listened to the show before.
But if you add the hammer and butt components, then it would be news.
Okay. So if she had glad wrapped her own buttocks before the hurricane, then yes, but she didn't do that. Okay. All right. Well, so unfortunately that does not make it in. So we are at the end. We got all of these really great stories in. What do we decide the name of this new publication is going to be?
Any ideas?
Well, Weather Report is taken, huh?
Yeah, we named the entire segment that. So
darn.
Yeah, we would sue you. We would sue your mythical publication.
What is our mythical publication?
What if we call it?
But we had an F-16.
Yeah.
We had hammers and
butts.
Yeah. And we have Harry Potter.
Current affairs.
What is it?
All right, let's move on. This is not that important. I'll be honest.
Can you edit it back in? We'll give it to you.
Give it us at the end. We'll yell it right at the end when the music comes in. We'll shout something, and then that's the name of the publication.
We'll come up with something.
Yeah, no, we can do this. I feel like it. So I just want to make sure that we actually have time to talk about what you guys are doing and the music. So all of this other lunacy is not that important. So you have this new series. This is the third time that you've done it. Were the first two nights pretty popular?
Yeah, the second night was super popular, and everyone came all dressed up. It was so fun.
Eventually, it'll be so popular that people will have to stand on each other because you have to do different levels of people, right? It'll be laps that people have to sit in and things like that.
Yeah, and there will be goths on stilts.
Right, just so you can see above all the other goths. I love this.
Hanging cages.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I think we've got a way to be able to make the capacity larger for this venue. If we have hanging basket cages that some
maybe
people
a trolley that goes across. Zip line.
Zip line.
Yeah, that's
nothing
a good idea.
says goth like zip line.
It does.
This will probably kill me. And then just
It's fitting.
yeah.
It's fitting.
Yeah, no, I think it works. So Saturday, October 5th at the Pie Shop, Washington, D.C. This is the third night of, so it's Darkwave Night, the third or 3. Come dressed up. It is not only a concert, but it is a costume ball. You can come all dressed in goth. You can live your goth fantasies at this event.
You can let it all hang out.
You can, yeah.
Yep.
You can definitely do that. Look,
If you're looking at an article of clothing or an outfit and you go, I don't know if I should wear this. If there's one night where you can wear it and get away with it, it's that night.
this night.
Yeah.
So all the things in the back of the closet,
Bring them out.
do it this night.
No second thoughts. Just bring them out.
I like this. All right. So if you want more information, check out theneuroforum.com. We have a track called Mercy. Tell us a little bit about Mercy. This is from the album The Descent.
So Mercy was written by Brian, who's our guitar player and also one of the lead vocalists. But he's filming us right now, so he can't talk.
Should I give him my microphone? Brian, you want to talk on my microphone?
Sure. Yeah, the Mercy was a song that I wrote with a friend of mine, Roger Smith, and he actually wrote the lyrics. They're pretty intense and kind of dark. He wrote them when he got his cancer diagnosis. So, yeah.
So is this about recovering from cancer?
It is. Kind of. It was written before that, but he did.
Oh, okay. That's good. So he's not dead.
No, he's good now.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. That is a huge relief. Hopefully you can hear the happiness in my voice.
I
You
can.
can shout.
So what were the lyrics of this about, and what inspired the music?
The lyrics were about him coming to terms with this and also dealing with his relationships.
Oh, about his own mortality and
Yeah.
how to be able to come to terms with that.
Yeah, and so I just tried to fit some good music to it that really fit that vibe.
And is there anything that you're particularly proud of in this track?
Actually, my favorite part of it is Rebecca's violin work. I think it's pretty amazing.
She is very talented. I think we can all agree. It's no secret. If it was a secret, I would have said, guys, this is a secret. Don't tell Rebecca. She's very good at playing the violin.
Oh, shucks.
Don't tell anyone.
Oh, and also this is which chapter in our politically themed concept album?
This would be 2.
Yeah, chapter 2.
You have to use the mic if I'm not using the mic.
You want your mic back, buddy?
Chapter 2.
I gave you my mic and then you didn't talk into the mic. God damn it. All right, so let's we don't have your track here right now live, but let's give just about 30 seconds here for we'll bring this in post so everybody can hear a sample of it. If you want to hear the entire track, go to the 1 hour mark of this show. You'll hear the entire track of Mercy. This is from the album Descent by the Neurofarm.
This is my home, I've nowhere else. I'll take pieces from the book, let warmth be the good, and I'll pass away. I will pass away with faith and with fears. Have mercy on my soul, have mercy on
Yeah, I would presume that we heard music from you last time we did. I didn't have a chance to listen to this track, but I will, I promise. And if you want to hear this track and all of the others from the album The Descent, go to the Pie Shop down in Washington, D.C., Saturday, October 5th for Darkwave Night 3. There will be others as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the first band is Endless Winter, so that's Josh Hunter and Seth's project. And
then 51
and then,
Peg, right?
Yeah, and then us and 51 Peg. They've been around forever, so please come out and see them. It'll make them so happy.
Yeah, they're very awesome. And for Darkwave Night 4 and 5 and 6, they can go up to theneurofarm.com and find out details, right? When those get scheduled.
Yeah, I haven't scheduled them yet, but
they're gonna happen.
I will.
It's gonna happen. All right, awesome. Let's move on to our game show. We're running way behind, because we're just having too much fun. That's the problem. And it's a serious issue
Comedy.
that we have. Yeah. So this is Please God, Just Get One Right. So we're going to blow through these quiz questions. If you know them, shout out the answer. If you don't, it's okay. We'll move on. Shout out something ridiculous. At the end, don't forget, we'll need a category from you for our next guest. So think about that. So are you ready for your category? It was given to us by Mystery Friends. They're playing Thursday, September 5th at the Pie Shop. So that's like tomorrow night.
Yeah.
The podcast will be out way before that, but you could go on Thursday. And if you don't like this topic, you could yell at them.
True.
in
That's a
person
good point.
And be like, you sons of bitches. Why did you do this to us?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Your category is Peru.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh.
How are you feeling?
I've never been to Peru.
Nor have I.
Yeah.
This
All
could be
right.
rough.
It could be rough. All right, let's get to it. Let's see if we can blow through this. Measuring 3,860 feet tall, Cerro Blanco in Peru is the world's highest what?
Glacier.
Ooh, good guess. You good with glacier?
Let's go with that.
Glacier. Yeah. All right. It is not glacier. It is sand dune.
Oh.
Yeah, they have a desert up there, and there's a sand dune that's very tall.
Darn.
And you can go up with dune buggies on it, and then you can get a board, and you can basically like snowboard down the sand.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, you can sandboard, they call it. And apparently it works a lot like snow. Yeah, because it's all different granules.
Interesting.
All right, so unfortunately not that one. That's okay. We've still got 5 more. Originally from Peru, what edible member of the nightshade family now has over 3,000 varieties?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
The leafy plant that people used to facilitate with their hallucination.
Ayahuasca, you mean?
Yeah, is it that?
Cocaine? I don't know.
Sure, let's go with that one. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
This is great. No, not part of, I don't think that is part of the nightshade
Mystery
family.
friend.
I was going to say
guessing.
eggplant, but
That's a good guess. It's really good. Potatoes, actually.
What?
Potatoes came from Peru.
Oh, I did not
What?
know that.
Yeah. So see,
Oh.
look, we're learning. This is
Yeah.
very good. And now there are 3,000 different varieties of potatoes
Wow.
that you can get from around the world.
I thought they
Thanks,
came
mystery
from
friend.
Ireland.
No, they
no.
didn't. Actually, yeah, they didn't come from Ireland. They just got very
What?
dependent on them in Ireland because they grew well there, but they're not native to Ireland. Yeah, that is.
Okay, let's
I
go
like
to
the
their show
ayahuasca,
and
though.
shout
Yeah.
at them.
Rebecca and I are gonna show up and go talk to mystery friends. Have a few words with them.
You should.
I thought we were friends, mystery friends.
You're mystery friends.
our friendship is a mystery now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is indeed a mystery.
All right. Machu Picchu is one of the new 7 wonders of the world. We have the ancient 7 wonders of the world. Most of those are gone. Can you name any of them?
Babylon.
Nice. Very, very good.
The
That's a tough
Lighthouse of Alexandria.
one. Very good. You're doing well. So Machu Picchu is one of the 7 new wonders of the world. Can you name 3 of the remaining 7 or remaining 6? So
The
Machu
Great
Picchu.
Wall. The
Great Wall is one of them. Yep. You got one.
Taj Mahal.
Taj Mahal is one.
Great Wonders. What
One
do you
of
have?
the
Great-
pyramids in Egypt.
That's the ancient world one.
Silence is amazing, but I'm going to need an answer. A third one.
Popeye's chicken
I didn't even-
sandwich.
Yeah. It should be.
Apparently,
Yeah.
it's ranking up
It's
there.
ranking up there.
Mar-a-Lago.
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh, Colin.
Oh, you're so close.
How?
All right. 3, 2, 1. Last one. Any guess?
No.
All right.
Yes.
No, unfortunately, you didn't get 3. I didn't even go for all 7. I thought I'd give you the easy. Great Wall of China. China.
China.
Great Wall of China.
Where have I heard that this week?
Hello. China. Great Wall of China. Christ the Redeemer statue.
Oh, that's a wonder.
Yeah.
Oh,
Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
Chichen Itza.
Chichen Itza. Yeah.
That's in Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. The Roman Colosseum in
Oh,
Rome.
darn.
Taj Mahal
known
and Petra in Jordan.
Oh yeah, Petra. Yes.
All really cool things to go check out.
Wow.
It seems weird because it's like the new 7 wonders of the world, and you're like, not many of those are very new, right? Like you're like, most of those pretty old actually when you look at them, but I guess compared to the ancient ones, they're pretty new and they exist. So that's nice. You can go visit them. All right, moving on. The largest bird in the world, standing up to 4 feet tall, weighing up to 27 pounds with a wingspan of 14 feet, lives in Colca Canyon in Peru. What type of bird is this?
Condor, right?
What kind of condor? There's many condors.
Well,
There's not just
little
one
credit.
condor.
I never.
The big one.
Peruvian
Large condor.
Peruvian
The
condor.
big giant ass condor.
Oh, you're so close. It is the
Muy
giant.
grande condor.
It is the giant Andean condor.
Oh, Andean.
You were
In the
Okay.
Andes.
Pretty
yes.
close. You
Yeah.
You were
got
very-
two
I know,
words
I know.
right.
Yeah, well, you came very close on that. Although not the largest, Peru shares the world's highest navigatable lake with its neighbor Bolivia. What is the hilarious name of this lake? It's a hilarious name of a lake. Come on. How hard could it be? How many hilarious?
Hilarious lake.
Hilariously.
Yeah.
There's got to be a tie-in. Something
Llama lake?
comedic and
Yeah. Anyone?
Llama Llama Lake.
Assalamu alaikum.
No, but that's a good one.
I'm sure I'm
I
gonna
think
get
people in
sued for that.
Gilgit would be like, I think we have the highest one.
Yes. No, Titicaca.
I swear,
Lake Titicaca.
I'm not even kidding. That was like on the tip of my tongue. I swear.
Yeah, Titicaca is
I
typically
swear.
on the tip of your tongue.
Me and
Yeah,
my little
it's-
junior high school buddies used to laugh
Oh.
about that.
Right.
Why didn't I just say it?
I don't know why. It's a
Because your
hilarious
mouth
name
was
of
full.
of Titicaca.
What else is new?
Yes.
Tell me something I don't know.
Show me your butts. All right. Last but not least, that I thought was going to be the gimme one. So this one may be a little harder.
I blew it.
Blooming only once in its lifetime, what native Peruvian plant flaunts up to 8,000 white flowers and is the tallest flowering plant in the world? These are all like
Yeah.
worldwide things. It wasn't like name a guy who happens to live in Peru.
Jose.
Any guesses? Tallest flowering plant. It is a relative of the pineapple, and it can take up to a century to bloom.
No,
wow.
God, no.
Yeah.
No,
But I want to go see it now.
Sounds amazing, but
Yeah.
no clue.
It is called the Puya Ramandali, I believe. Something like
Okay.
that. Someone will write us, I'm sure, at contact@anotherwasted.hour.com
And correct us.
and say that wasn't even close. But Puya, Puya, I think Puya, Raimondii, Ramandani. Seems like it.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah. So unfortunately, you did not win this time. You got a gift last time.
Wow.
This time was a
Wow.
little harder. So what we need now is to find out what is the category. You can take all of the pain, all the suffering and embarrassment of not being able to answer a single question right, ball it up, and throw it at our next guests in the form of a category that they have to try to answer. What do you want them to suffer through for 6 questions?
Let's think of a really hard one.
Yeah. Okay. What's a really hard topic for now? Keep in mind, I have to write these questions. And if you want to be invited back on the show, it can only be so hard.
The naming nomenclatures for galaxies and exoplanets.
So he's not going to be back on the show. But like, if the rest of you guys, if the rest of you folks want to make it
We
on,
could stick with the geographical theme, you know, and identify a place or places or a continent or country or something.
oh yeah, you could definitely do that. You could pick a different.
The mystery friends did it to us. We could pass that along.
You could pass that along as a theme.
a place.
How's New Zealand or South Africa?
Well, which do you prefer of New Zealand and South Africa?
I mean, I'm partial New Zealand, I would say.
All right,
Okay.
let's do New Zealand.
All right.
There are interesting things about New
Yeah.
Zealand.
You've lucked out because our next guest is definitely not Emma G, who is from New Zealand. I don't know if you know Emma G
No, I didn't
from
know
the
that.
scene. She's around
Yeah.
DC. She's from New Zealand, so she would have
Okay.
gotten all of those right.
Oh,
but
good.
that is not
Oh.
our next
Not her.
guest.
Cool.
Okay.
So
What a relief.
Okay.
you would have been like, man, perfect. She nailed it completely. All right, so let's move on to another interview. We're going to talk about a couple of stories, one near and one far. So as you've guessed, that's what it's all about. You understand. So let's start. Do you want to start with near or far? Well, how do you feel about that?
Let's do near first.
Near? So I hear you have a story about a kid fan. All right, so tell us about your kid fan. Who is your kid fan?
Okay, so this 8-year-old little kid, Dexter, has been taking drum lessons at 7 Drum City.
Okay, great.
From Mitchell.
Yeah, that's a great little like music studio down in DC, and they do they do shows there? I know that they do lessons and stuff.
They do lessons, and they rent out rehearsal space, and they have
recording studio. Do they have a recording studio down there?
They have a soundboard, and they have this 7 Drum City potluck jam, which everyone should go to. Those are fun.
It's a great little thing down there. If you ever need lessons, go check them out. They're a great company.
And there's a dog there that lives there.
Nice.
Yeah, I love that dog.
Seven Dog City.
7 Drum Dog City. All right, so Dexter's down there learning drums.
Yeah, he's taking drum lessons, and his drum teacher told him about us, and his dad brought him to our Rock and Roll Hotel show.
Oh, fun.
And he's been a huge fan since.
Oh, great.
So first of all, he made a painting of our neuro tree.
Yeah.
And he's going to make another painting for us. And they have a 7 Drum City student performance series. And all of his classmates are all covering AC/DC and Metallica, you know, those big bands.
Sure, of course, right. Things that everyone's heard of and stuff. And he's doing...
Guess what he's doing?
The Neuro Farm.
Yeah, he's covering our song. How cute is that?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
So cute. And he's 8.
Oh,
so cute.
I can't wait. You should put it on your next album.
Dexter.
Yeah, just as a hidden track. You should
that's a great idea.
Dude, Dexter does a cover of one of your tracks.
Yeah, we're going to go see him. So he's performing at 7 Drum City on September 22nd.
Put it on your YouTube and make him famous.
Yeah, Dexter, we think you're awesome. So if you ever watch this, we think you're a great little kid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Dexter.
So go ask him if you can film his performance and you put it on your YouTube along with yours. And then Dexter will be famous. He'll be part of the Neuro Farm. That'll be pretty cool. All right. We're basically part of the Neuro Farm because we're being recorded right now. So I can say that I'm like tertiarily related.
You're the Neuro Keith.
The Neuro Keith. I got a shirt from you last time, and I've legit worn that shirt several times.
Oh.
I like it. It's like the gray one. It's a good looking shirt.
And you can hug a dog without having to worry about dog hairs.
Really? I didn't know
that's
that.
why it's gray.
Oh, right, because it blends in. That makes perfect sense. I thought it was some type of shield you were saying, that like you catch it and just all of the fur falls off. And I was like, wait, I didn't try that. That sounds amazing.
It's just the color. It allows you to hug any dog.
That is true. Or a cat.
Or cat.
Yeah, obviously.
Or rabbits.
Not a big cat person.
I used to be.
Used to be a cat person, and now you've changed to just a normal person.
I love dogs so much.
All right, so we have about a minute left, a minute and a half. Is that enough time for our Far story?
I can make it real quick.
Yeah, let's do it. So something about Devil Worship Part 2.
Yeah, so the first time I was here, I shared the little story of my elderly mother doing some late night research.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Online about the band and our look and our sound and everything.
And they were concerned. She was concerned.
She was concerned that I was becoming consumed with devil worship.
Yeah.
So since that time, I have. It's escalated more to my extended family now, out around the rest of the country.
Oh, really?
And I'm getting messages now that are telling me that I need to be more concerned with my faith.
Yeah.
And so next week I'm getting on an airplane to fly home to spend some time with them to convince them that...
Are they having an intervention?
It could happen. It's possible. So I'll be out of pocket next week trying to quell this a little bit.
Right.
So
that's pretty amazing that you're like, it's really not a big deal, Mom. And she's like, I'm going to bring in some other family members.
Concerned.
Yeah.
Almost an intervention.
That's amazing.
So I have to stop this. So that's what I'm doing next week.
If you got the F-16, you could do it quicker, you know.
Yeah.
Without
that's
wings.
True.
Yeah.
The one without wings. Anyway.
You should bring a Bible, but then just have a bunch of things censored out of the Bible and be like, I read the Bible all the time, but there's all this like black. And you're like, I mean, these parts, those weren't important.
Sure.
And then these are the parts where it talks about sins. We don't want that.
That's my little Far story. It goes on. It continues.
Yeah. Freak them out and just bring a Book of Mormon and see what they do.
Okay. Done.
And they'll be like, wait, no, go back to Satanism. That was actually not so bad now that we're thinking about it. All right. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. Thank you so much for coming back. Once again, the Neuro Farm is going to be playing Saturday, October 5th at the Pie Shop in Washington, D.C. for Darkwave Night 3. This is a series that's going to continue on. So go check them out at theneurofarm.com to see when the next series as well is or the next show in the series is. As always, please like our posts, Follow us, retweet us, and share the show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We cannot do this without you. Also, don't forget to review us on Facebook, Apple Podcasts, and Google Play. If you're an artist, musician, or culture creator in the DC area, we want you on our show. Email us at booking@anotherwastedhour.com. Thanks to, well, me, because Adam wasn't here, and everyone else for all their contributions. But most of all, thanks to our guest, the Neurofarm, and you, our fans, for wasting a perfectly good hour with us. This has been Another Wasted Hour, and if you just realized that, don't blame us. We warned you.
Never more at home serving you. My knees at your throne. Your faith made me strong, but my confessions did me wrong. My confessions did me wrong.